Hello students, today we are going to talk about covalent solids. As you know, the solids can remain in the crystalline as well as in amorphous state. So one of the reason, if the primary bond does not extend in all direction, the amorphous nature occurs. So this and depends upon the type of bond character. We classify these solids in the covalent solids, metallic solids and ionic solids. As you know, the covalent bonding is very strong and directional in nature. So when we talk about the covalent solids, depending upon the kind of bonding, we can classify these covalent solids further an amorphous state and can be into the crystalline state. If the covalent bonding does not extend in all direction, you will say there are some kind of amorphous nature is there. So if you see the halogens, which are basically a chlorine molecule, it is basically formed by a covalent bonding, but there is no bonding between two molecules, that is in Cl2 and Cl2, then this remains in the gaseous state. Same way other halogens are there, but if you see bromine and iodine, one remain in the liquid state, another remains in the orthorhombic crystal, it is having orthorhombic crystal and remains in the solid. But again, despite iodine is a solid, but you can't say this is crystalline in nature, because the iodine molecule bonding is very weak. They bonded together by very weak forces. Same, if you see the other column element, that is oxygen sulfur, they are two electron sharps in p orbital, so they forms a zigzag chain structure, and within the chain the bonding is strong covalent bonding, and within chain this is weak forces. So the probability to remain in the crystalline state is very poor. If you go further to the left, in the where phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuths are there, fifth column element, in this you see they are remains in the solid, but again there are three electron shots and they make a puckered sheet kind of a structure. So within the sheet the bonding is very strong, but between the sheets the bonding is very weak. They are bonded by van der Waals forces. So again they are not perfectly crystalline. Yes, there are some crystallinity there, but they are not as crystalline like other materials. If you see, if you come to the fourth column element, there is a carbon. Carbon remains in different polymorphic state. The two most important polymorphic state is, which we are going to study here, one is the diamond and another is the graphite. There are other states, although fullerene, sheets are also there, but we are going to discuss this diamond and we are going to discuss this graphite. Now, if you see the structure of diamond, which is cubic in nature, and it is having the FCC lattice. So in the FCC lattice there are 8 atoms at the corner and 6 atoms at the faces. But in diamond cubic structure there are 4 atoms completely within the unit cell in tetrahedral coordination. So these are the 8 corner atoms, right? These are the 8 corner atoms, and these are the 6 face atom like FCC lattice, and these are the 4 atoms which are completely within the unit cell, and these 4 atoms remains at the body diagonal with tetrahedral coordination with other 4 carbon atoms. Like, see, if you see here, this is the atom, it is making bond here, it is making bond here, here and here. If you see, it can be a tetrahedral coordination. So and this is one body diagonal which is atom is located. So one atom at one body diagonal. So effective number of atoms in the diamond cubic structure is 8. Another way, if you see the planar view of this diamond cubic structure, 0 1 0 1, this 0 1 is basically representing the height of the carbon atom from the base. So this is 0, this is 1. So 0 1 0 1, so these are the 0 1 0 1 and 0 1. Now these are the half at the 4 faces. This is half, this is half, this back one is half, and this one is half. These are the 4 face atom, vertical face atoms at vertical faces. This is again 0 and this is again 1. So here is also 0 and 1, bottom face atom and top face atom. Now this is basically a planar view of a FCC lattice. Now there are 4 atoms, which is 1 by 4, 3 by 4, 1 by 4, 3 by 4. So this is 1 by 4 here, height from the base, 3 by 4 height from the base, this again this one 1 by 4, and again this one from bottom it is again 3 by 4. So this is 4 atoms at 4 body diagonals. The other form of covalent solid is the graphite. Other form of this carbon is graphite. Here this is a kind of a hexagonal sheet structure. Within the sheet there is a sp2 hybridization and covalently bonded. So these are the different sheets which are attached together by weak van der Waals forces. This weak van der Waals forces gives a lubricating nature to this graphite, because these weak forces make them slippery layers. If you calculate the packing efficiency of diamond cubic structure, which is only 0.34 or 34%, that APF is atomic packing fraction. So this is the relationship between the A and R. If you calculate by using this formula, you will find the only packing efficiency is 34%. If you see the FCC packing fraction, atomic packing factor of FCC, it is 74%, and here is only 34%, because the unit cell is very big and 4 atoms completely within the unit cell, making that structure not close packed like FCC. That's why its packing efficiency is very less.